Hey guys, Catherine here, pouring resin into those bezels I showed you the making of the other day. And today I am going to pour resin into the forest bezel that I made. It is green and lovely, and I want to reflect that in the colors that I'm pouring into it. So I actually would like to mix in a little bit of colored resin today. So to do that, I've got a little bit of plastic. This is just actually a zippy bag that I'm going to mix the resin on. So I'm going to pull some of this aside and put it in a pile on the zippy bag. And I think that should be good enough. And then I'm going to take a toothpick and a tiny bottle of green colorant. Go and just add in a tiny little bit and mix it in and see what kind of color I get. I may end up wanting to darken it up, but I'll start off with a little bit and see how it goes, because I can always make it darker, but it's really hard to take colorants out once you've added it. There we are. And yeah, I'm liking that color. That's a good color. So I'll take my colorant and put it back away. There's no need to leave it out. And then I'm going to start, as I have started with all of the other bezels previously, by filling the very bottom with a thin layer of resin. So I'm pulling my cup over really close because I don't want it to spill everywhere else. I just want the resin to get into the bezel. Go. And I think what I'm going to do is build up a mound in the center first and then push it outward. Go. So we've got the mound built up and we are pressing it outward. Excellent. Go. Gonna put a little bit more in here. I think maybe some of the reason why the previous one was shifting around with its gems so much was because I didn't have enough in to begin with, so there was a lot more filling that it had to do. So I think while I do build a layer in here, if I build it thicker than the previous one, that may help. So I'm going to do this bottom layer pretty thick, not enough so that it's domed over by any means, but thicker than I was doing it previously, and see if that helps keep things from shifting around while I'm doming it over. Okay. All right, and then set that aside for the moment, and then take my bit of green resin and just drop into the foliage on this. I don't want it to be solid all the way around, but I do want to just have drops of color. So just dropping, and maybe swirls. It's kind of swirling around too, and that's fine. Swirling is good. Swirling is a nice thing. Not going to be offended about it. but I am almost out of that green that I've prepared. So let's see if I can't tip out just a little bit more over here, maybe some like right here. And that's going to be it for that green. So I'll pull that zippy aside and toss it away along with the toothpick that I was working with because it's just covered in resin now. And then what I want to do is set some, I don't want gems, I want pearls. I set some olive green pearls in here. So I'll grab my tweezers and drop in a couple pearls, and I'm just going to do this in random places, I think. It doesn't have to be in any particular order or place. I just want it to accent. Go. Oop. Not on the edge though. And then shove them down in a little bit. There we go. And right there maybe. There we are. I'm going to have to clean up my work surface after this one. I've gotten strings of that green resin on it, which isn't a problem for now, but will be if I try and go do any paper crafting. There we are. Ooh, I'm really liking how that's turning out though. That's nice. Do I want any more green pearls? Not sure that I do. I kind of like the number that's in there. Maybe a couple more. The other one, where I didn't want to go overboard, I think this one is going to be a kind of overboard-ish kind of thing, like verdant and life-giving, like the forest itself. I think that might be nice. There we are. Maybe a little bit more. Shove it down in. And that is looking pretty good. I don't know if I want anything else in it too. Do I want glitters? I don't think I do. Not for the forest. So I'm going to put my tweezers away, put my pearls away, and lift this up to show it to you before I dome it. So let's have a look at that. Would you look at that? Let me move my finger out from underneath. Alright, so it gives me green swirled throughout, and then I've got these little pearls that are like leaves. And now I am going to dome it over. So I'm going to move my resin as close to my piece as I can again and drop into the trunk of the tree, because that's the place it's going to need the most doming, because it's got to go outward over the Sculpey. And then just encourage it to come outward along the edges as well. and it's pretty good at self-leveling. Let me see, check and make sure that I've got all the edges, and I haven't. I just pick up a little bit more resin on my stick and just tap it around the outside. And do I want more resin for the dome itself? I don't know that I do. I kind of... yeah, a little bit more. And then I'll just go up around here. And then just a little bit more resin for the dome. And move those back into the center because they did flow outward just a little bit, which is fine. And there we go. All right, that is it for the forest pendant. If you liked it, please do let me know. I look forward to hearing what you think of these. I am always looking for new advice and new thoughts on my bits of art, and I was happy to share this with you. See you guys all later.